Alrighty guys, so another snowmobile has made it home. 1995 Polaris Indy 500. Don't be fooled by the 440 hood. I did check the model number. It is a true 500 chassis. Somebody just must have put on different front end components there. So it should be a true 500. The nice thing about this sled, besides it being dirt cheap, summer special, you know, Fox shocks on the front and Fox shocks in the skid in the rear. So that I don't believe is factory for a base model 500 carbed Indy. So that's cool in itself. The skis do have skins on them that are kind of beat up. Track is studded, which does help. The guy apparently said it has compression and spark. Don't know when the last time it was ridden. There is 10,000 miles on this machine. So yeah, there's been some ride time, that's for sure. Throttle's not froze. Brakes are not froze. They don't work, I don't think, but at least the master's not seized. No bent trailing arms that I saw. So that's good. And the front end did not appear to be too tweaked. The hood's definitely junk, and the front bumper is absolutely gone. But not bad for the cheap price that I got it for. Spare belt in there. No. It's even mounted yet, so that's interesting. Belt's a little bit on the loose side for deflection. Yeah, it all looks good. The motor looks clean, very clean. Apparently he said it had like 3,000 miles on it. The motor has been swapped out, but yeah, you know, I always have my doubts on those marketplace deals. So I suppose we can get some mixed fuel, dump it right down the cylinders, and that's going to eliminate all the possibilities of spark compression, and see if it runs that way. And then we can kind of look into the fuel system and then kind of give it the full evaluation of, is it really worth sticking any money and time into, or should I just part the dang thing out? Got ourselves a nice vintage ratchet this time. Oh, and the plugs are loose. That's ideal. Maybe the guy was doing it so he could put fuel down the cylinders. That's what we're gonna hope. But I always have my doubts, of course. Oh, and there's rust on the plugs. Goody. But they're black, so that's a good sign. Got some mixed gas. Get the cylinders nice and fueled up and spin these plugs in. These things haven't even had the crush washers broken on them yet. Put that down for good measure. We'll see what happens. Key on. Well, that solves that mystery. She runs. She does run, guys. Perfect. Nice. She's a runner. I did not look in the gas tank yet. Oh, and she still has the Dango. That does function. Just a little bit of McSchmucka on the top there. Typical seat foam issue like my purple 440 has, one that you raced at Beater Cross. Okay, there's something in there. The gas doesn't smell awful, but it doesn't smell good. That definitely needs to be drained. And it has like OG fuel lines, so that's good. Okay. And the choke even goes full knock. That's crazy. That's an excellent sign. I'm gonna take a look at the. We'll take a look at the chain case dipstick here. Oh! Oh God! It's straight metal. We're gonna put that back in there. Might need a chain case service, or possibly worse. Nope. Petcock has not been turned in many years. They got the vent line still going to the airbox, so that's good with the one-way. That's all original. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Well, that's awesome. This snowmobile should run. I think we'll maybe look into the fuel system a bit. Possibly take the airbox out. But the screw is missing and they only put one back in. They don't have the throttle cable even remotely close in there, and I think this is supposed to corral those choke cables, and they're all kind of zip tied together. So, steering was also on the stiff side, but what 90s Indy isn't that has been sitting. Last time this thing was registered was 2011. God, I hope it ran a little bit more recently than that. The fuel doesn't smell as bad as 2011 gas, so I'm thinking we'll be able to put minimal effort into this one and get it going. You guys can see there's the Fox shocks. A little rusty, you know. Here's the rear skid and track. You can see Fox shock there and a Fox shock up in there. So I don't know what kind of skid that is, or if it's just got Fox shocks put in the stock skid. There's all the numbers off of it. But she is a runner. There's even some goodies in the back pouch, I think. I think that's the cover top for the storage compartment up front. Maybe an old spark plug box. Side shields aren't broken. These reflectors, that's pretty good. Tunnel isn't too dinged. There's a ding right there. But other than that, trailing arms are straight. I didn't check for carbides, but I don't really care at this point. And is the pipe... She's not rotted out that I can see. One thing I'll tell you guys, if you're looking at exhaust pipes on 500s, the standard carbureted versus the EFI pipe, EFI is going to be a little shorter. This weld is going to be up a little bit closer to the cone. And the EFI pipe probably runs just a tick higher RPM, revs just a little bit higher. So this would probably be an original 500 exhaust pipe, if I had to guess. So we'll see about the fuel system and go from there. Maybe she's a runner. We'll probably compression test it just to verify, see what the numbers are looking like. And if all checks out, new gas, maybe a pickup line, carb clean, and should be ready to rip. Some definite debris in the airbox. The carburetors look fine on the exterior. These should be 38 mil Makunis on here from the looks of it. We will start draining the fuel out of it, and then we'll remove the fitting and pickup line, or see what's left of it, if there is any. He said it might have had a plugged fuel filter or something, so I assume that means the pickup line's broken off in the tank, is how I read that. Most people don't know about those lines breaking off, and they wonder why they don't pull up any gas. So we'll start from the tank and work our way up and get to the carbs last. Just ran to the store, got some supplies, brake cleaner and carb cleaner, lubricating spray, of course. So yeah, that's what we're gonna tackle first. I'm gonna get my siphon pump and a can with old gas in it and start pumping this thing out. And I'm also gonna put it up on a track stand to get all the gas to flow to the front of the tank. That way it collects there, it's easier to pump out with my transfer pump. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get to it. Let's see what color fuel comes up. Ooh. Not the best, not the worst. That's for sure. Kind of like apple cidery color. We'll definitely get all this bad stuff out. I don't think there's more than maybe 2 gallons. There's a lot more gas in there than we thought. So we'll keep at her, get it all pumped out, and then we'll take a visual, see if what's in the tank, if there's any pickup line remnants or maybe the filter. At the bottom of the tank there is a piece of fuel line. I'm hoping the filter screen is on the end of it. I'm going to fish it out with the old Chinese fingers. So probably just try to put a pickup line and new gas in it and see if it'll run on its own before we pull the carbs, just so we don't waste any efforts, because maybe the carbs are fine and it just couldn't pull any fuel up. Got our new piece here. Put that in the tank. All right, let's see if this thing will fire up. I did pressurize the gas tank and I did see some fuel come out of the line. So that should tell us that it's able to get fuel to the carbs. I just soaked the cables a little bit. The choke seemed to be okay. I guess we could try to choke it and see if it starts, but I'll do a couple ropes and see what happens. Some fuel. Those carbs could be scuzzy. Oh. Set the idle down quite a bit. Obviously it's 85 degrees out probably today, so Not going to be in tune probably for the winter conditions, but nevertheless it runs and idles down. Air screws are at 1 turn. I did check those, kind of resynchronized the throttle cables, got those kind of balanced out. The thing runs pretty solid. I got to put it up on a track stand yet here and give her some rip'ems to see, make sure everything turns on the track, and we get it cleaned up, and maybe we'll keep this one, maybe not. Well guys, I figured I would do my due diligence and compression test this engine. Now that we at least heard it run, it's got to be enough compression to run, so hoping for a nice balanced, anything over 100 would be cool. So we'll see what she reads. Uh, 125. So we got 125 on mag side. Let's hope PTO is close. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Here we go, PTO. Yep. Call it just a tick over 125, but very, very balanced, guys. That is awesome. Awesome. Good reassurance, especially if we're going to sell it. At least we can tell the new buyer that, hey, you know, it's got 125 on each cylinder. It's even across the board. That's usually a good sign that the engine is healthy. Here is the Indy 500. Seat has been taped up with our good friend T-Rex tape. Looks better than an eyesore, I guess. Just a quick and dirty. I did pressure wash the sled a little bit. I'm going to list it up on Marketplace. See if we can turn a profit on this one. I definitely don't need it. And with the Fox shocks, maybe it has a little bit of value. Runs pretty good. I'm sure the spindles have to be removed and greased, you know, and polished up. But other than that, I think it'd be a running, riding sled. The speedometer does not work, so the mileage of 10,000 could be more. I'm assuming the bearing on the drive shaft is out, and it took out the speedometer drive. Most likely with that many miles on it. Didn't really hear it growling at me that much, but I'm sure that's what's going on. Doesn't look too bad now after it's been cleaned up though, guys. For 50 bucks, I think you can't go wrong. Let me know in the comments how we did on this sled. And what do you think I can get for it on Marketplace? See if we can make some profit. I'm assuming I'm going to get like 300 bucks for it. Maybe I'll make 250 bucks. Probably got an hour of time total invested in this machine. So, in my book, that's a win. If not, I guess I got a $50 snowmobile I have to ride next winter. Maybe a buddy of mine can hop on it or something and just get loaded and drive this one across the field a couple times. That'll be worth the 50 bucks right there. So, if anybody's in Wisconsin that wants a sled, it'll be for sale on Marketplace. You guys can always leave a comment or email me, find me on Facebook. That is going to be it for this video on the 440 Indy 1995. I'm sure there's going to be more sleds this summer. I'm going to be finding them for this $50 to $100 range. They are plentiful in my area, so I will keep at it. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about the Indy. We'll see you in the next video.